Hello, our prayer and fasting friends. Thank you so much for praying every single month over this private prayer list. Our pastors are sharing with you those things that are the burdens in their hearts. And when you carry these things to the throne of grace on our behalf, and when you add to that some sort of fast that you're practicing, participating in, it just lifts those burdens off our shoulders and gives us such a sense of not being alone and of being able to lead in the ways that God has called us to lead, as we know that you are there just holding your hands up in prayer, just being our armor bearers. And we're so grateful to you for that. Typically, I just do a quick shout out, maybe a couple of updates in this video, but today I decided I want to give you a little bit of the overflow from something that I've been reading on prayer. I'm always reading something on prayer, and I especially love the writings of those who've gone before us, those who've already run their race and received their well done, my good and faithful servant. And just the other day, I took my granddaughter to Barnes & Noble, which she absolutely loves. It's like her favorite place to go. And while we were there, I have a book fetish too. I came home with 4 books. She came home with 3. And one of those books was this one, How to Pray, Reflections and Essays by C.S. Lewis. And I wanted to read to you just one little excerpt that I read just yesterday. And I think that it'll really cause your heart to ponder and maybe be encouraged in your prayer life. Here's what he's talking about. It's part of the chapter that says, can prayer be proven to work? Petitionary prayer is, nonetheless, both allowed and commanded to us. Give us our daily bread. And no doubt it raises a theoretical problem. Can we believe that God ever really modifies his action in response to the suggestions of men? For infinite wisdom does not need telling what is best, and infinite goodness needs no urging to do it. But neither does God need any of those things that are done by finite agents, whether living or inanimate. He could, if he chose, repair our bodies miraculously without food, or give us food without the aid of farmers, bakers, and butchers, or knowledge without the aid of learned men, or convert the heathen without missionaries. Instead, he allows soils and weather and animals and the muscles, minds, and wills of men to cooperate in the execution of his will. God, said Pascal, instituted prayer in order to lend to his creatures the dignity of causality. But not only prayer, whenever we act at all, he lends us that dignity. It is not really stranger nor less strange that my prayers should affect the course of events than that my other actions should do so. They have not advised or changed God's mind, that is, his overall purpose. But that purpose will be realized in different ways according to the actions, including the prayers of his creatures. You see, our prayers matter because God chooses to be in a cooperative relationship with us. When we think about how big God is and how small we are, it really is an amazing and fascinating truth that God invites us to partner with him in his kingdom work through what we could call the work of prayer. And so I hope that encourages you. It certainly encourages me. It makes me just want to pray often, pray specific, pray with great faith, pray boldly, and to get up from my prayers having spent sweet time in fellowship with Jesus himself, who's always interceding on our behalf, and then to be able to walk out in confident faith that the God who hears is able and willing to respond to our prayers just as he responds to everything else we do, our worship, our planning, our executing those plans, all of the things. So this month in April, as this new season of planting and growing just begins to spring forth, be encouraged in your prayer life to know that your prayers really do matter. Thank you so much.